Richard Lewis reporting for Carred.org. I'm here with one of the winners of the CS Global Offensive Tournament. It's Get Right from SK Gaming. Always good to talk to you on the occasions we get to do it. First question I want to ask you about before we get into more deeper and meaningful things. Just general impressions about Global Offensive so far. I know you're one of the few 1.6 players who's really active on the private forums and looking to give feedback. This was the first real competitive competition. I know there were teething problems. Completely honest, what do you think?
It's fun. That's the only actually what I have in my mind when I think about a game, because it's just a new game. If you ask me, it's not even, you cannot compare it to 1.6, Source or whatever. It's always something different, because if you look at the maps in Source and in CS 1.6, it's not even, as close to each other when you think about it and so on. But there's still some things that you see need to be adjusted and changed and so on. But I think it's going in the right direction, and I think people are actually liking the changes right now. But it needs a lot more things to get down, and it's gonna come, if you ask me.
In terms of the whole 1.6 versus CSS teams in it, were you conscious of that? I mean, did you want to beat the Source teams for sort of to prove 1.6 superiority, or was that not even in your mind?
This question is so, I'm gonna say F word, fucking stupid, because why is you even discuss about two games who are completely different games? It has the same name, but it still have two different scenes, it has two different top players, and everything is so different about each other and so on. And you can say about blah blah blah, it sets more viewers, 1.6, blah blah blah, ESWC, whatever, but I don't care about it. The only thing I care about is that CSGO can hopefully be something that can get the scenes together and so on, and I hope maybe people will not hate me for saying it, but I think that's in the right directions, and I think we need it as well if we want to play CS still. Don't mean CS 1.6, Source and so on, I mean CS wise.
Naturally, I've seen a lot of comments from Lurpis at the moment, and he says, in his opinion, 1.6 people aren't getting an opportunity to provide enough feedback, and he's got genuine concerns about the game. That's what he's been saying publicly. I noticed that while the Source players were flown to Seattle to give their direct feedback to Valve, you guys had the opportunity at the Intel Extreme Masters New York. Lurpis said you only spoke to these guys for 2 minutes and it was really disappointing. You were there and I know you gave some feedback, so what's your take on it?
I think we could have giving them more time to talk with us and so on, but I mean, we had just a small period of time and so on, so I mean, with the time we gave to them, things got better and better, and they fixed things inside of the game which were pretty good at that moment. But I mean, of course I wanted to have a weekend talk with them. You're staying there for 72 hours, you talk about the game, you play the game, you see bugs, that you really cannot see when you're just watching the game, and so on. But I mean, not the feedback there, it was not just 2 minutes. If you ask me, maybe it felt like 2 minutes, but for me, some players got more time than others, and cannot blame Lurpis for saying 2 minutes, because he's right and wrong on it, if you ask me.
What about feedback in general? I mean, I know you've tried to give a lot. Do you feel like you're being listened to?
I haven't commented so much in the private forum and so on. Actually, I think the Source players are giving great feedbacks and so on. Some of them are weird and so on, but most of the part are really good. And I think they're doing, most of the changes are what I think what's needed as well. So I don't really give out so many comments. I see what they're writing and so on. I don't maybe comment that much that people think and so on. But most of them are pretty good and so on. And as what I say, it's a new game. It's not gonna be something that we have seen before, so I'm open for anything. That's the thing. If this is gonna be, so to say, that we play now, this is the final version of the game, sure, let's play it. I think it was fun and so on, and I just hope that when people are just got a chance to play it, which many people hasn't, and that's why they're giving shit to it. If they got to play it and see and so on, and they don't go in with it, they hate it, and they are happy to play it, or so whether they have just zero thoughts about a game and just play it. It's just not a game. Like Call of Duty when you play it for the first time, it was pretty difficult and so on, but after a while it's got fun.
Do you have a genuine fear for the future of FPS games? Because we're seeing a lot of tournaments, the news about WCG going to mobile only, lots of things happening, and ultimately FPS titles being dropped in favour of StarCraft 2, League of Legends, Dota 2. Do you think that if people don't get behind Global Offensive and don't change their attitudes, pretty soon people won't be playing FPS games, or do you think the format will always endure?
FPS playing will always be there, like some title will be it, but I'm just concerned that it's not going to be CS-wise. That's what I'm concerned about it. And I think people are arguing, like, saying so much shit, but at the same time understanding and so on, so I cannot really say it shit in the same time. So, I mean, for me, it's confused thoughts when I'm seeing it and I'm seeing the both communities say what they think and so on and so on. And so, I mean, for me right now, I just feel that we need to shut up, so to say, and just play it and
see where it ends up.
See what it ends. I mean, it's sad that WCD left it and so on, and what can we do? It's just part of life. I mean, you're not gonna play games till you're 55 or something. Maybe if you do it, you're pretty damn cool, if you ask me, but at the same time, you still have a life sooner or later, and you have to do other things than just playing games. Just be happy with the game right now. Play it, enjoy it like you did when you first time played when you were maybe 10 years old and thought everything was fun instead.
Obviously, you're not just a CS Global Offensive player, you are a 1.6er for the duration. We'll see how that goes. But SK Gaming, you guys are in this pretty big 1.6 tournament in Europe. I want to ask you a little bit about the Indian Gaming Carnival first. I know that they were keen to get all of the top European teams out there and they offered a big prize. You guys decided to come here. Could you talk us a little bit why you made the choice of Copenhagen over India?
We actually booked the Copenhagen pretty early before even we know they have switched to 1.6, for example. So that was already out of the wind, so to say. But what I think about the event, I'm just waiting to see if there's bullshit or not bullshit, so to say.
I'm waiting as well. I can't believe Moscow 5 have gone. I think that's really brave, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Exactly, but one thing people would have to remind as well, it's not cheap to go to India as well.
No, not at all.
The prices are not really that good that people might think, because $40K are pretty good right now when you think about it, but price money, if you win the tournament, it's gonna maybe be plus minus zero, when you think about a team, is a big team like SK Gaming sending a team to there and so on. So I mean, I'm really happy for the Indian community and so on.
Yeah.
And
I hope it's not a scam for those guys.
Exactly, and I hope it as well. So maybe I can visit someday because I've never been there as well. That's why I'm in the gaming as well, that I got free trips to go wherever I want to and so on, because that's one of my glory things and so on. I don't play for the money, and people will probably get that really soon, because I never played for the money. I don't fucking care about it. I just play for winning games and so on. That's why I'm so emotional as well.
What about this tournament though? I mean, a lot of people are saying SK Gaming, despite having this great talented roster, players like yourself, Forrest, now Trace as well, you guys haven't really been quite there in 1.6. Obviously IEM, I know you guys were a little bit disappointed there at the World Championships. Do you guys think you can win this event, and if so, what's different about the other events where you've not quite had it?
We have more time practice, we have more time getting Martin to the team and so on. So I mean, you have every reason that we can win the tournament. And I mean, we are still a top team, so to say. We're not like best 10 team in the world or something like that, and you don't even have a chance. We're still if you ask me, top 3 team, I think. Still, I know, and Fnatic are still a good team as well, even they lost Car and so on. So I mean, us two teams, we're still big questions around us two, but for us personally, I think we have a pretty good chance to win this tournament. If we just play it right and do what we have talked about and thought about, we have a big chance to win it.
And of course you'll be resuming your friendly rivalry with ESC Gaming, and I saw a little bit of that in the CSGO finals. I mean, you guys all get on and everything, right? I mean, you really enjoy the banter. Do you expect them to be in the finals again, perhaps against you?
I've lost so many finals against them, and I think that Polish fans love to see me crying about it or whatever they want to see, but it's just part of the game. If you play against each other, you're gonna lose some and win some, and we have won against them some matches and so on, and not maybe so important ones, but still we have won against them. So that's saying that we're not that bad, might people think. But I mean, it would be nice to play against them. If we play against them, I hope that we win. Nothing more I can do, and so on.
All right, well, finally, just to thank you for taking the time to speak to us at Cadred. You've got a lot of fans on that website. I know a lot of people respect you in terms of your attitude towards new things, shall we say. So thanks very much for that. To all the people out there, stay tuned to cadred.org. We're going to bring you more coverage from here at Copenhagen Games 2012.